detox. And I'm here at the store and everybody's at home but me. But like my ankles are swelling. I I'm just swollen up all over, and I think it was my trip to Florida. Just lack of sleep, lots of walking, eating, well, it seemed like good foods, but in any case, eating restaurant foods. And so we're gonna make an herbal detox. But the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make me a cup of tea. And I thought you might like to know about this tea as well. This is a combination of wormwood, and that's spelled W-O-R-M-W-O-O-D, one word. And the other one is D-A-M-I-A-N-A, okay? D-A-M-I-A-N-A leaf. These are both, this is somehow just one word got put on my bag. This is a mixture of the two. And I have been using kratom, green leaf kratom, green vein kratom for, oh look at me, I'm putting it right in my cup. It's been a long day, guys. There's my little tea egg. Now I'm gonna have to like clean out the cup because my brain's fried. I was a green vein kratom user. I used it rarely, but I used it when my nerves got me messed up. And I would take about a teaspoon of it. It never made me high. It helped greatly with my ADHD because it would calm me down. And I've been using it for years, you know, just keep a little around. If my nerves got to bother me, that's what I would use. The doctors had put me on Xanax, and I didn't know I was on Xanax. So I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons in here of that and put the lid on it so it doesn't get away again. And I tell you, today has been really a nerve-frying kind of day. And so I'm gonna make me some tea first. This has like a sweet flavor at first. You think, oh, it's gonna be yummy, and then there's like this bitter taste on the back note. Oh. But it helps my nerves, and it's really great for people who can't sleep as well, because about 30 minutes or so after you take it, you get really sleepy. And I sleep really good all night long. And you never boil your water that you're going to use for tea. You just always just get it to where it's just thinking about boiling, and then let it cool down for a little bit, because you don't want to kill your herb, or fry it, cook it, boil it, whatever. And so we'll let that sit over here for a bit and steep while we're working on my detox project. So I just feel like I need to be detoxed, okay? So I'll tell you about the herbs that we're using. We're going to be using hyssop, H-Y-S-S-O-P, and that's our first one. And I'm going to see what 2 tablespoons weighs in this. So it's 0.2 ounces. So we're using 0.2 ounces of hyssop. And nettles. We're using 0.2 ounces of nettles. And this is a detox. This is like liver, kidneys, the whole 9 yards detox. So now we're going to put 2 tablespoons of nettles in here, which came up to 0.2. Okay, And then dandelion. We all know the dandelion. The dandelion is a wonderful detox. And we're gonna double it on the dandelion. So we're gonna get it up to 0.8 on the dandelion. Well, I'll just rake it out since we know where we're going. Okay. And this will all go hopefully in one of these little baggies. This is a disposable tea bag. The dandelion is very contentious about it because it's got lots of stems and pieces that are springy. It's not chopped up as fine, and so it's fighting me a bit. I've got water boiling over there for this. You just pack it down. Okay, and I cleaned my surface before I started, so I'm happily just gonna take what fell off and scoop it up and put it in, and y'all can come up with a method that works for y'all about getting it in here more neatly than I have. Okay, so now we're going to find the other end of the string and draw this up nice and tight. And ta-da. Okay? And we have a tea pitcher. Ta-da. Alright. Ooh, yeah, it's starting to turn a nice brown color. I tell you, I really miss the kratom. The state of Alabama decided to make it illegal. They said that we were all drug addicts that were using it, and that you snorted it. If you put ground herb up your nose, be prepared to go get it out. And that it was like 15 times more stronger than heroin and all this stuff, and that it had to go. And basically, in my opinion, what happened is there was a lot of people that was taking kratom to stay off of drugs. Kratom has alkaloids in it. It was not an opiate, but it acted like an opiate in your system. It touched the alkaloid centers or whatever your brain is. It was explained to me one time, and because it touched those, people who were addicted to opiates or heroin or different things, even alcohol, cigarettes, they could take it and stay clean. And in my opinion, the city of Gadsden didn't want people to stay clean. They wanted them to get in trouble so that they could charge them more money on their color code program. Color code is where you've been bad, you've been naughty, and they, instead of putting you in jail, they charge you like $150 a month, charge you $25 to have your picture made, and then every time they pull your color, you have to go in and pee. And if you can prove you can stay clean, then when your time is up, they let you out. if they test you and you test positive, they haul you into jail, they fine you like another couple $1,000s, then they put you back on for a longer period of time. So like if you only had 3 months left, now you've got 2 years and 3 months left. So that means that's another $150 every month that they get. And they take your picture again, so you gotta, you know, you might have changed in appearance, so you gotta pay another $25 fee. And you're still out of jail. They're not putting you in jail, they're just taking your money. And it's a wonderful way for people who have had severe addict issues to learn to stay clean. But in this state, they did not want them to stay clean. They wanted them to keep messing up, in my opinion, so that they could keep charging them money. And so anyway, that's my opinion. Now, there was a mistake made. They've been trying for years to outlaw it, but every time it would come before Congress, Congress would say, you know, show us somebody that's died, show us somewhere there's been problem, and there wasn't anything. So then finally this company that makes power shots, several companies that makes power shots, energy drinks, they put kratom in there because kratom does have one flaw. Now, the green is like the Xanax of the family, so it's really great for your nerves, calming you down. The yellow is like energy, but you come down really slow, no jitters or anything like that. But it's really great for bipolars, because bipolars, you know, when they're down, they can take that and they can get up and go. And then it's great for, like, if you have a hard labor-intensive job, to take the kratom, and you didn't get the jitters or the jumpies like, you know, like coffee or the power shots will give you. And then the red is for pain. And a lot of people that had fibromyalgia, I can't say it. They had a lot of debilitating back injuries, knee injuries. A lot of these people, now not the fiber people, but a lot of these people, you know, had these injuries and they got put on pain pills, and then they you know, decided okay, you're done with pain pills, because, you know, they're really limiting those now. And so they couldn't get their pain pills anymore for their injuries. And so they would use kratom, and a lot of them just didn't want to use pain pills because of the risk of getting addicted to pain pills, which is an opiate, in my opinion. But anyway, so they would take kratom, and so I had a lot of people that was taking kratom that I know, and a lot of these people are really suffering. We have already had one death in DeKalb County. A young man was just fixing to get out of color code, and they took his kratom away, and I don't know if he was addicted to heroin or opiates, but he just felt like, in my opinion, I think that from what I'm hearing, that he just couldn't make it without the kratom, because kratom didn't make you feel high, but it touched your opiate centers so that you didn't want to get high. And but in any case, he was found dead in his bed. You know, people are already dying because of the lack of kratom, and a lot of people are suffering with pain that they wouldn't have to. One lady told me that since I told her about the kratom, she has the fibromyalgia, whatever it is, I can't say it, and she said that she was on all these pain pills and medications from the doctor for her pain, and that once she started taking the kratom for the first time in her life, she was completely and totally free of pain and took no prescription medicine. And when she was on the prescription medicine, it didn't take all of her pain away. She still had to suffer. So, and I was another friend of mine, I forgot what kind of sickness that she had. She was taking it for pain, and it was just took away from her right when she just found out about it, and she just got off of all of her prescription drugs, and now she can't get it. But this really helps my nerves. You can also smoke this. It gives me the giggles when I smoke it. It lasts about 30 minutes when it comes to the giggles, and then you're sleepy. I never got that from kratom. But anyway, so what happened is this energy shot kratom. Okay, kratom has one flaw. It's an enhancer or an amplifier. So if you take kratom and then you drink alcohol, it would enhance the alcohol, or a pain pill, or anything. I mean, anything you take that would change your state of being, if you took kratom with it, it would amplify it. So they put it in these energy drinks, and it said you were only supposed to drink a half of one. But the kids, they weren't age restricted. The kids were picking them up and drinking like 4 or 5 of them. They were getting heart palpitations and acting really crazy. And 2 of them died, I heard. So now that's bad. That's very, very bad. But it was not the kratom that did that. It was all the caffeine and stuff that they were putting in that, the chemicals. And I mean, even if you drank 5 of those everyday energy drinks, you're going to get heart palpitations and possibly die. But the kratom enhanced it and made it even worse. So they blamed the kratom and said that it was 17 or 15 more times more powerful than heroin, and that it was a horrible drug, and that heroin addicts would get clean and then they'd take the kratom and it would get them back on the heroin. And that's just not true, in my opinion. In my opinion, an addict is an addict. And the kratom gave you something without making you high that made you feel like you had, it made you feel with everything, about everything but the high. But it didn't give you the high. And so people who were used to having that high would end up going back on the drugs, and they're blaming it on the kratom, but I just don't think it's true. And in Florida, they tried to make it illegal in Florida, and Florida, the state of Florida was very smart. They did a study of kratom before they'd consider making it illegal, and they found that their report is on there. Florida study kratom, probably pull it up. State of Florida, probably. And they said that it was not harmful to any Florida resident, and they found that it kept heroin addicts off of heroin. And you can go in Florida and get kratom and kava shots at places if you're a heroin addict. And also they sell the kratom openly there with no issues. And they sell kava bars that has kratom in it to help people who are addicts, because they realize this helps people stay clean. And I know people who have been clean now for over a year, and now they can't have the kratom, and they're really suffering. But I guess you might say I'm suffering too. I'm drinking bitter tea when I could have just took half a teaspoon of kratom in the green, and 30 minutes later it would be as if my chest was not bothering me, and I was not sort of tense and my nerves sort of out of pocket. So anyway, so off that subject and back to the detox. So anyway, so I need a detox because I think I got all toxified. And so this is juniper berries, and this is hawthorn berries. And I think I'll get the goodie out of these better if I beat them up a little bit. So I'm gonna beat these up a little bit. So that's juniper and hawthorn. I'm so silly. I told you it was one of those days. It works a lot better if you put the blade on first. I'm surprised that even worked without the blade. Okay, so that's juniper and hawthorn, and now we're gonna put a tablespoon of 2 tablespoons of yellow dot root, that was to make it heaping. Okay. And these packages of juniper, this was a 1 ounce bag and a 1 ounce bag of the hawthorn. It tasted just as bad with my nose pinched. They say it helps. I don't know. Anyway. So we're gonna beat the yellow dock root up a little bit. Okay. I might just pour it. That's 0.4. I got 0.7. I needed 0.6. Okay, so we've got 0.6 of that. So that's 0.2 pretty much basically of each, roughly, give or take a little bit. And we're gonna put that in there too. Okay, so now we can get that out of the way. So now I need to go get my hot water. And I'm just going to set my hot water on this little cook stove thingy. And I've got a thermometer. And so this is no longer boiling, but we're gonna let it cool. So I'm gonna wait about putting those in. I'm gonna measure out my cups of water. Okay, so there's 2 cups, 4 cups, 6 cups, 8 cups. I didn't quite get 10, so there's our 10 cups of water. I'm gonna get rid of this now. So and so now we've just got steeping hot water. And we're going to put our 2 bags in it, and the air will go down and it will sink. Oh, it's already looking really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna close it up and let it steep for 30 minutes. So, and while it's doing that, I'm gonna tell you about the herbs that we picked and why we picked them. So, I gotta go get that though. So, I'll be right back. Okay, and we are back. And so, I think you'll be able to hear this. Uses of yellow dock root.
According to Global Healing Center, traditionally, Yellow dock root has been thought to be a blood purifier and general detoxifier, especially for the liver. The herb, properly known as Rumix crispus, supports detoxification from a few angles. First off, yellow dock root stimulates bile production.
Okay. So we got the yellow dock root. Where's that one at? Oh, that's here. Okay. Uses of juniper berries.
According to botanical.com, from dry distillation of the branches and heartwood of Juniperus oxycedrus, the prickly cedar or medlar tree, a large shrub 10 to 12 feet high with brownish black berries the size of a hazelnut, native to the south of France, and occasionally from that of J. communis, is obtained the terry empyromatic oil known as.
Well, he didn't give us everything we needed. Let's do that again. Detoxification with juniper berries. I'll have to click on this one. Okay, the uses. Juniper berry is given as a diuretic, stomach ache, cramptive, for indigestion. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Flatulence and diseases of the kidneys and bladder. The oil mixed with lard is also used in veterinary practices as an application to exposed wounds and prevent irritation from flies. Oh, the flies don't like it. The fruit is readily eaten by most animals, especially sheep, and is said to prevent and cure dropsy in the latter. Okay. So the diuretic is its main use, it says. Okay. So now let's go back. What was our next one? Uses of hawthorn berries.
According to WEBMD, hawthorn is used for diseases of the heart and blood vessels such as congestive heart failure, chest pain, and irregular heartbeat.
Let's see. Okay, uses of hawthorn berries as a detox. Let's see what that says. It's packed in antioxidants, vitamin C, and flavonoids. Hawthorn berries, leaves, and flowers can be used. I love Google. It's great for high blood pressure and low blood pressure, or balancing the levels and high blood pressure. Digestive benefits. The way hawthorn is believed to lower cholesterol and through better liver function, plus decreases cholesterol. Okay, my memory card. ran out of room. I've been doing lots of recording. Uh-oh. I got some dried cherries. Okay. Where was we at? Still not loaded. Okay, what's next? Dandelion. Uses of dandelion. Oh, nothing. Uses of dandelion herb. Oh, it's gonna make us read it. I hope it'll click on it. Let me try my phone. That's the shop's phone, but the screen was bigger. It's easier to read. Uses of dandelion root.
According to University of Maryland Medical Center, fresh or dried dandelion herb is also used as a mild appetite stimulant and to improve upset stomach. The root of the dandelion plant may act as a mild laxative and has been used to improve digestion. Preliminary research suggests that dandelion may help improve liver and gallbladder function.
There you go. And it's used as a diuretic. I know this, you know this, you should have told me this. Okay. So, this is the herbs that we're using in our detox. You can do some more studies on them yourself, if you like. And I think it's ready. And so that's the nettle, that's the dandelion, and that's the juniper and the yellow dot root. So now we will add some cold water to it after we stir it. So hang tight, guys. Now you might say, Kimberly, aren't you going to take those bags out of there? No, I'm not. What I'm going to do is put my sugar in the glass. After this, I need some sugar. Most of the time, I wouldn't add any sugar at all. And it's a little warm right now, so I can sweeten it a touch. But you just put this in the refrigerator, just like it is, and let the herbs continue to marinate with your water, and the goodness be explored into the water. And drink lots and lots of this. It's very nice. It's not in any way bitter or odd or weird. It's still warm right now, but it's really good if you put it in the refrigerator and let it get cold. It's just like a cold glass of iced tea every day. As much of it as you can drink every day. And you can sweeten it with honey, but don't put sugar in here. If you put sugar in here, it's just like homemade iced tea. In a few days, it starts going bad because the sugar goes bad. This right here, if for some reason you didn't drink it 2 weeks from now, it'd still probably be good. If you want to sweeten it just naturally, you can add lavender bud and, oh, what's the stuff that makes you sleep? Chamomile. Lavender and chamomile flowers to it. It makes it very soothing tea, but it also ups the niceness flavor. But to me, this just tastes like a weak tea. But the strength of it will progress with time as it's in the refrigerator, and it'll get better and better flavored. Right now it's warm, so I gotta drink it slow, but when you drink this normally, you can just gulp it down really quick. Now I gotta do this too. Oh, I need some of that to wash it down with. It's this bitter taste right at the back of your mouth, but you can tell. I don't know if you can tell. I'm already feeling a lot more laid back. I'm not tense. I'm just very, very chilled. I'm not high in any way, but I'm very relaxed, very laid back. It's just made me feel really, really great. Very, very nice. So I think you will really not enjoy the flavor of wormwood and dopamine. Let's see. Damine, D-A-M-I-A-N-E leaf, but you will enjoy the effect. Oh, it so calms the nerves. Now you might could grind it up and take it in a capsule form, but the tea works really great. I have smoked it like a cigarette, you might say. You roll it up in rolling papers, and on the first one, it's like a body. You feel your whole body just relaxing, like you had a couple of beers. But for me, I got the giggles now, and it says when you read about this that some people are not affected like that. They just get the relax and go to sleep. But for me, it makes me giggle. Now, I smoked it, and like 30 minutes later, I smoked some more. Like 30 minutes later, I smoked some more, and I had the absolute giggles. But I didn't, and then I just went totally to sleep. I was like trying to stay awake to do the last one. Because it puts you to sleep. But I think the tea puts you to sleep faster. But it don't taste good. Oh. Anyway, so this right here, I'm going to drink up as quickly as I can. And I'm hoping that it will do what I know it will do, which is detox my system, get all this fluid off of me, and make my whole system feel better because I'm detoxing. And then I'm also going to take a bath with my bar number 30. It's my detox scent African black soap with goat's milk. It has, you know, it's made from the traditional coconut oil and palm oil, and I think olive oil. Let me see. Yeah. And then it has got tropical materials that are hand burnt, that we do. We hand dry and burn them right here in the market. And then it has shea butter and cocoa butter in it as a super fat. And then for the detox scent, it has lemon, orange, lemongrass, peppermint, lavender, ginger, oregano, juniper berry, fennel, and we're going to soak in this in the tub tonight. As soon as I can get some water filling that booger up. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's not my normal video, and I was griping about kratom in the state of Alabama. And if you don't live in the state of Alabama and Tennessee, it's illegal in Tennessee too. Check out kratom. It's saved many lives. One lady had been put in jail every year since she was a teenager for some form of drug abuse. And she had been clean for 1.5 years when they outlawed kratom. She was crying. It was really sad. And just really, really sad. So you can get kratom online. You just buy, just put in buy kratom, or just put in kratom, and I know the websites will pop up. The strongest one is Mang Dai. And so if you're going to get the feeling like you took a really strong pain pill, it's going to be from the red Mang Dai. But that doesn't last long. And just like when you take a really strong pain pill. And the red is predominantly for pain. They will all help with pain some, but they really have their specialties. So red is for pain, and yellow is for energy and making you feel like it's like, oh, I don't want to get up in the morning. You take that, 30 minutes later you're up on a ladder cleaning the cobwebs out of the corner. But you don't feel hyper or hyped up or anything. You just feel like getting up and get moving. And then the green is for relaxing. It's great for sleep. The other two, you don't want to take them 5 hours before bedtime. And if you have some type of debilitating pain disease or condition that's causing debilitating pain, you can go to red kratom and completely give up pain pills. Pharmaceutical companies don't like that at all. Not at all. Okay. All right. Bye, everybody.